A Tennessee man carried his gun legally every single day for 2 years. He never broke a single law, but he was still losing $500 every single week without even knowing it. And right now, there are thousands of Tennessee gun owners making the exact same mistake. If you live in Tennessee and you carry a firearm, you need to watch every single second of this video. Because what you don't know about constitutional carry is quietly draining your bank account and putting your freedom at risk. Quick question before we go any further. Are you subscribed to this channel? Because the information I'm about to share is the kind of stuff most gun owners never hear until it is too late. Hit that subscribe button right now. I cover critical gun law updates every single week, and I do not want you missing something that could save you from a massive fine or worse. All right, let's get into it. Tennessee became a constitutional carry state back in 2021. Governor Bill Lee signed it into law, and gun owners across the state celebrated. And honestly, they had every right to celebrate. Constitutional carry means that if you are a law-abiding adult who is 21 years or older in Tennessee, you can carry a handgun without needing a government-issued permit. No classes, no fees, no waiting. Just your Second Amendment right, plain and simple. Most people heard that news and thought, great, I'm done. I can carry wherever I want, and there is nothing to worry about. But here is the thing, that thinking is exactly what is costing people $500 a week. Because constitutional carry does not mean carry everywhere. It does not mean carry without rules. And it definitely does not mean the law no longer applies to you. Let me explain exactly what I mean. When Tennessee passed constitutional carry, the law came with something that most gun owners completely glossed over. It kept a long list of places where you still cannot carry. And some of these places are so common, so everyday, that you probably pass through them multiple times a week without even thinking about it. Here's the first big one. Federal property. I do not care what state law says about your right to carry. Federal law overrules state law when it comes to federal buildings. So if you walk into a post office, a federal courthouse, a social security office, a military base, or any other federally controlled property with your firearm, even legally owned, even in a constitutional carry state, you are now looking at federal criminal charges. We are not talking about a small fine. We are talking about potential prison time. Here's the second one that gets people in trouble constantly. Schools. Under the Gun-Free School Zones Act, which is a federal law, you cannot carry a firearm within 1,000 feet of a school. And before you say, well, I know not to go to a school with a gun, think about this. 1,000 feet is roughly 3 city blocks. If you live near a school, if you drive past one, if you park near one, you need to think about this. Now, there is an exception if you have a valid state-issued carry permit, but if you are relying only on constitutional carry with no permit, you do not have that exception protecting you. That leads me to the biggest mistake I see Tennessee gun owners making right now, and this is where the $500 a week comes in. Because constitutional carry exists, a lot of people stopped getting or renewing their Tennessee Enhanced Handgun Carry Permit. They figured, why pay for something you no longer need? That makes sense on the surface. The enhanced permit costs money, the training costs money, the renewal costs money. But what those gun owners did not calculate is what it costs them not to have it. Here is a hypothetical example to explain this. Let us say you are a contractor. You travel to different job sites every day. Some of those sites are near schools. Some are in areas close to federal buildings. Some of your clients are in states that do not recognize Tennessee's permitless carry laws. Every single time you cross into one of those states without a valid permit, you are carrying illegally. In some states, that is a felony. In others, it is a heavy misdemeanor with fines starting at $500 per offense. If you are traveling for work 5 days a week, and you make this mistake, even once or twice a week, you do the math. Now, quick legal note. This is educational information only, not legal advice. Every situation is different. Always talk to a licensed attorney in your state for your specific situation. But the general legal information I'm sharing today is accurate, and it applies to most Tennessee gun owners right now. If you are finding this helpful so far, I want you to know that my next video is going to cover the 5 specific words you should say when a police officer asks if you are carrying a firearm during a traffic stop. Those 5 words can be the difference between going home and getting arrested. Subscribe right now so you do not miss that video. It might be the most important thing you watch this year. Let's keep going because there is more to this story. Tennessee's Enhanced Handgun Carry Permit is not just a backup piece of paper. It is a legal tool that unlocks rights you do not have under constitutional carry alone. Right now, Tennessee's permitless carry is recognized in a limited number of other states, but the EBA Enhanced Permit has reciprocity agreements with over 30 states. That means your permit gives you legal carry rights in places where showing up without one could get you arrested on the spot. Think about that for a second. If you drive through Georgia, Alabama, Virginia, or a dozen other states on a regular basis, Not having that permit could cost you every single time. And again, the fines are not small. The first offense in many of those states starts at $500 and goes up fast. Legal fees on top of that, you're looking at thousands of dollars for one mistake. Now here's the part that nobody's talking about. Tennessee itself still has what are called posted locations. These are businesses and private properties that have put up legal signs saying no firearms allowed on the premises. Under Tennessee law, if a property is properly posted and you carry inside anyway, you are trespassing. You can be charged with criminal trespass. That is a Class B misdemeanor in Tennessee, which can carry fines up to $500 and up to 6 months in jail. And here's the wild part. You can get hit with this charge even if you have a permit, because the business has the legal right to ban guns from their private property. So how many posted locations do you walk into every week? The grocery store, the gym, the movie theater, the shopping mall, some restaurants. If even one of those places is properly posted and you walk in armed, you just committed a criminal offense. Tennessee does not mess around with this rule. Let me give you another important angle. Here is what most people get wrong about constitutional carry. They assume it protects them in all personal defense situations equally, but that is not exactly true. If you are involved in a self-defense shooting and you do not have a permit, prosecutors can and sometimes will use your lack of formal training as part of the narrative against you. They might argue you were not properly educated on the use of force. Having that enhanced permit, which requires a training course, actually builds your legal defense if you ever need to use your firearm to protect yourself or your family. The training is not just a government hoop. The training teaches you about use of force laws, about when you can and cannot legally draw your weapon, and about Tennessee's castle doctrine. That knowledge is valuable not just in court, but in real life. It could stop you from making a tragic mistake. Hey, real quick. 73% of the people watching this right now are not subscribed to this channel. That means most of you are at risk of missing these legal updates every single week. Join the growing community of Tennessee and Southern gun owners who rely on this channel for honest, no-nonsense gun law education. Hit the subscribe button right now and make sure you are not caught off guard the next time a law changes or a new ruling drops. Let me now talk about the solution, because I'm not just here to scare you. I am here to help you fix this. If you are a Tennessee gun owner relying only on constitutional carry, here is what you should do right now. First thing, get your Tennessee Enhanced Handgun Carry Permit if you do not already have it. Yes, it costs money. The application fee alone is around $100 for a 5-year permit. Add in the training course, which typically runs between $75 and $200 depending on the instructor. But compare that to a $500 fine, criminal charges, or a felony charge in another state. The permit pays for itself after avoiding just one incident. Second, memorize the no-carry zones: federal buildings, schools within 1,000 feet, courthouses, parks in some cities, polling places during elections, establishments that primarily serve alcohol, posted private businesses. Print this list out and keep it somewhere you can see it. Better yet, save this video and watch it again. Third, learn Tennessee's duty to inform laws. Tennessee does not have a strict duty to inform law, meaning you're not automatically required to tell a police officer you are carrying, but you should never lie if asked directly. Understanding this can protect you during a traffic stop or any police encounter. Fourth, if you travel out of state even occasionally, check the carry laws for every single state you drive through. Not just the state you're going to, every state in between. This is one of the most common and expensive mistakes gun owners make. Use a reciprocity app or website to check before you leave home. This information could be changing soon. Legislation at both the state and federal level is moving fast. And what is legal today might look different by early 2026. Subscribe to this channel right now so you always have the latest updates before the law catches you off guard. I post new videos every week covering exactly these kinds of changes, and the next one is going to be crucial for every Tennessee gun owner. Here is the bottom line. Tennessee's constitutional carry law is a powerful protection of your rights. It is something to be proud of. But it is not a blank check. It is not a magic shield that removes all legal responsibilities from your shoulders. Knowing the limits of that law is not just smart. It is the difference between exercising your rights freely and losing $500 every week, or worse, losing your freedom entirely. The gun owners who thrive in a constitutional carry state are not the ones who assume they know everything. They are the ones who keep learning, keep updating their knowledge, and never stop paying attention to the laws that govern their rights. You just took a major step by watching this video. Now take one more step. Share this with a fellow Tennessee gun owner who needs to hear it. And if you have questions about your specific situation, drop them in the comments below. I read every single one. This channel exists because gun owners deserve accurate, honest, straight-to-the-point legal education. Not lawyer speak, not scare tactics, just real information that helps you exercise your rights safely and legally. Subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss an update, and I will see you in the next video.